Is your toddler not listening to you? Do not worry. As a therapist, this is one of the most common concerns I hear from the parents. In this video, I will walk you through some simple strategies to handle this situation. To make it easier to follow, I have divided this into two parts. Why does this happen? What can you do as a parent to help? So let's start with the why. Most of the time, it comes down to just two simple reasons: what's happening in their environment and what's happening inside their brain. Let's look at the environment first. If there's a lot happening around them, the noise, the movement, the activity, their attention naturally goes to whatever feels most interesting in that moment. And that makes it really hard for them to focus on what you're saying. Now, let's look at what's happening inside their brain. First, language is still new for them. They are still learning what words mean. So understanding instructions takes time. Then comes the next step. They have to process what you said and figure out what to do. That's a big skill. They are still learning it. And then there are those moments when they are tired, upset, or just not having it. In those moments, their brain is busy handling big feelings. So there's very little space left to listen and follow instructions. With these things to consider, now let's look at the strategies we can do to help. Think of the framework clear. C. Connect. Most of us do this without realizing. We give instructions from across the room while on the phone, while doing something else. Come here, bring your shoes. But from your child's perspective, they are in their own world. They are playing, focused, engaged, and your voice is just background noise. So before we expect them to follow an instruction, we first need to get into their world. Go close to your child, go right up to them, say their name gently, just once, clearly. Get down to their level, sit, kneel, or bend so you're face to face. When you do this, your child can actually see you, hear you, and shift their attention to you. And that moment when they look at you, that's when the instruction will land. L. Limit your words. Many times, it's not that your child isn't listening. It's that we are giving too many words at once. Sometimes, in a hurry, we end up saying everything in one long sentence. Go get your shoes, bring them here, put it on, hurry up. And that's a lot, especially for a toddler. Because if you think about it, your child has to listen to all the words, figure out what you mean, remember the steps, and then act on it. That's actually a big task for a young brain. So when your child doesn't follow through, it's not always that they won't. Sometimes it's that they can't keep up with all the information. Cut it down to one step. So instead of saying, go get your shoes and put it on, let's just say, get your shoes. Then once they do it, you can give the next instruction, put it on. E. Express. So we've talked about connecting and saying less. Now let's talk about saying it clearly. We often use phrases like don't run, don't climb. But if you think about it, those don't actually tell the child what to do instead. When you say don't do that, your child has to figure out, okay, then what should I do? And that's not always easy for them in the moment. So instead of telling your child what not to do, let's tell them exactly what to do. Here are some examples that I use with the children that I work with. Let's replace the words don't run with walk. Replace the words don't climb with feet on the floor. It's not about getting louder, it's about being calm, clear, and confident. A. Allow time. One small shift that really helps here. Give the instruction and then just wait. Give your child a moment to take it in. You can even count to 5 in your head before saying it. That pause creates the space your child needs to understand and respond. And sometimes this pause feels like an eternity, but trust me, this works. So when we repeat instructions too quickly, we are not helping, we're actually interrupting their processing. If your child still doesn't respond after a few seconds, then go back to C, connect first, go close, get their attention, and try again. R. Reinforce effort. This is where it all comes together. How you respond to small moments really matter. You say, come here, and they don't come. But maybe they look, pause, or take a step. That's a start. Listening is a skill, and it builds little by little. So instead of waiting for perfect, notice the small efforts and say what you see. You looked when I called. You started coming. That's how they learn what works. And slowly, they do more of it. So remember the framework clear. You don't have to do everything. Even one or two of these can make a big difference. Following instructions is not about getting your child to listen, it's about helping them learn the skill. Start small, stay consistent, and be patient with the process. You will start to see those little changes. And if this turns into crying or frustration, I've got a simple strategy for that: the talk method. Comment talk, and I will share that with you. Follow me for more simple strategies that you can use at home. Thank you.